Radiant's ban. Dire's ban.
Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to the Giant Bomb Community Dota Tournament 2014. This, I think, is the 33rd match in the round-robin stage of the tournament, so there's only just over 100 matches left to go now. We're about a quarter of the way through this stage of the tournament, and it has proved to be rather an epic sized tournament, and
Team pick.
this match is between Magic is Might versus Nigma Stole My Bike. And Magic is Might, this is their first match, I believe, in the tournament. So they're 0 wins, 0 losses so far. And Nigma Stole My Bike, I think, have played one match, and I think they lost that match, but they lost it to a very good team who are currently lying second place, Possums Up, I believe.
Only 10 seconds.
So these teams are both unknowns, certainly as far as I'm concerned.
Hurry.
I don't know if any of them are going to pick any strategies or have any styles of play that we can look out for. So it'll certainly be an interesting match. I've seen Chewbacca play, and I think I've played with him in a match. Yeah, I know him to be a very good player. Going on to the picks and the bans. Well, we have the Tinker banned out from Dire, of course, because Tinker's a very good Radiant side hero. Faceless Void, who's currently pick of the month, being banned
Radiant team are now picking
by Nigma. And they choose Earthshaker and Mirana. So they're not really giving much away. Mirana can be played in a variety of different positions. Whereas Magic is Might, they've banned out Lycan and Bristleback, two of the nastier carriers, and they've just banned out Viper as well.
Dire's ban.
Kind of intimidating, heavy-hitting hero. And they've chosen instead Skyrath Mage, who's got some pretty amazing magic burst damage, and Brewmaster, who can sustain himself in a fight, and when he's nearly out of health he can switch to his ultimate form of his triple panda split. What is it called? His primal split, and then have 3 full health replicants of himself taking on his various forms and continuing to hit his opponents into the ground. And
5 seconds remain.
so we've got some very strong heroes come out in the first picks. Mirana we haven't seen that much of her in competitive play, although I saw the new the new Na'Vi team who've got Vanscore as a support, and I think he picked Mirana support and played that Mirana very effectively in the what's it called, the Star Ladder, the new Star Ladder League that's available in Dota. So, as I say, Mirana can be played as a carry or a support, so Nigma really aren't giving too much away by their initial picks. They have banned Kunkka and Tidehunter. That matchup, that pairing, they have a certain amount of history, shall we say. Kunkka and
10 seconds.
And Tide in the lore of Dota. Nigma choose to pick Death Prophet. I think Crobulus, as she used to be called in old versions of Dota. And so if anyone's playing wank word bingo with the commentator words, you've probably scored a point there with
Team pick.
a caster mentioning an old name of a hero instead of their current name. Doom's being picked for Magic is Might. Gosh, I'm going to get that wrong an awful lot this game. Doom's picked Doom, another solid pick, another hero that's picked all too often in matches, and kind of no wonder. He can jungle. He can also
10 seconds to pick.
Pretty much cripple any one hero with his Doom ultimate ability.
Hurry.
But I'm not sure there's any specific synergies. Magicka's Might don't seem to have any stuns apart from maybe the Brewmaster stun, and of course he has the Thunderclap in his ultimate, and he also has potentially an ability to whip an enemy hero up in the air too. So these things potentially could be used with the Skyrath Mage Mystic Flare as the ultimate ability to lay on a whole load of magic damage on a hero that might be stunned in place. Nigma stole my bike, pick up Wraith King. Yeah, I'm really not seeing that much it's not saying that much to me that Nigma stole my bike picks, and maybe that's a good thing. It might all come down to their last and fifth picks. The Wraith King is kind of interchangeable, could be a carry, could be a support player. Death Prophet's probably going to go mid. Earthshaker, although we have seen some Crit Shaker play, as it's called in the past, where Earthshaker's played as a carry. Typically Earthshaker's a support hero, and so that could well leave Mirana and Wraith King to be cores in that team. Mirana's got a fantastic arrow, but a setup to the Mirana arrow could be the Wraithfire Blast by Wraith King or Earthshaker's Fisher. Magicka's Might going into a little bit of reserve time in choosing to pick their fifth hero after banning Razor. Again, a fairly extraordinary frequent pickup Razor is in the current game, and not surprising really. He's very good early game and middle game, and he, steals damage off his opponents and can hit them back with it, so he can sort of be quite a trouble to play against, especially up mid. And you pick up Shadow Shaman, Magicka's Might, another really popular hero. I think these teams are certainly following the current trends in Dota hero fashion. And Shadow Shaman, excellent pusher with his Mass Serpent wards, and also with the shackles that synergizes quite well with the Skyrath Mage Mystic Flare. So an enemy hero can be trapped in place and yet hit with a load of magic damage at the same time. And the final ban for Nigma Stole My Bike is Luna. It seems they think that Magickas might need a hard carry. Potentially they could be looking for an agility pick here, an agility hero. There's quite a few still left in the hero pool. It's Nigma's turn first to last pick after Magicka's Might have banned Clockwork. So they're thinking that Nigma might need an off-lane hero. Something Mirana obviously could potentially be used for. She's got quite a good escape.
10 seconds to pick. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
About to go into a little bit of reserve time.
Reserve time.
Nigma, and what will they pick?
Witch Doctor.
Radiant team are now picking.
Centaur War Runner.
Wow, Centaur War Runner and Witch Doctor the final picks. So it looks like quite nifty team matchups here. I mean, I like these heroes. Centaur War Runner with his double edge and his stomp, is it? I forget what it's called. A hoof stomp. Again, very nice stun, and also can give the whole team an ability to speed up briefly, so that can be used either to getting close to an enemy hero for a gank or as an evasion strategy. And Witch Doctor, again, a very handy support, loads of good spells, and a few different ways to level this hero up for a best effect, depending on what's happening in the game.
Just a minute or so now until the game starts. Patience.
So as they walk out into lanes, I think I should perhaps introduce these teams. And on Magic is Might side, we have Centaur Warrunner being played by Captain Kirby, and I think he's sponsored by Nintendo. Dr. Duster on the Shadow Shaman, sponsored by Fennec, and a very nice Parrot Courier. They're all looking to go up into their jungle. Freddy 43 is on the Brewmaster. Flaboairy, sponsored by Aldi,
30 seconds.
on the Skywrath Mage, and Doom is Mujuji, and there's another part to that username which I'm not going to attempt to to say that. So on Bike team we have Buster Blade on the Mirana. I think she might have sort of seen that Sentry Ward being placed. Earthshaker going top. Oh, and Earthshaker of course being played by Chazzy. Activia, is that some sort of yogurt? No idea. Chewbacca on the Wraith King. And Hand Banana on the Witch Doctor. So our mid matchup is of course between the Nick on Death Prophet and Freddy 43 on the Brewmaster. Well, we've got a solo off lane with Mirana here in the Dire off lane against a tri-lane with Doom carrying and Skywrath Mage trying to harass Mirana out of getting any last hits. The situation is reversed in the top lane where we have another defensive tri-lane, I think that is, with the Wraith King and the Witch Doctor and Earthshaker, all up against the Centaur Warrunner. I need to bring up the last hits and denies. Doom has a slight initial advantage, but the mid lane, it seems that Brew's doing a little bit of a better job. Only marginally, getting a few more denies, a few more last hits, which is very good considering Death Prophet's ranged and Brew's a melee hero, and oftentimes there might be a little bit of advantage in the early stages of the game to the ranged hero because they're more potentially able to harass. A little bit of drawing coming out on the map. I don't know if this indicates any planned ganks. No, not yet. So we have a Panda Thunderclap that didn't land, and a Crypt Swarm from Death Prophet in response. Bit of a ping comes out for Centaur Warrunner getting a little bit too deep into the top lane jungle here. And Witch Doctor has got a point in Paralysing Cast and another value point in the Voodoo Restoration, just to make sure that his team are all topped up for health. Skyrath just popping a clarity. He's got so many useful spells, Skyrath, that mana can be a little bit of a problem.
Missing middle.
Doom seems to be taking a little bit of punishment off the creeps. And back at mid, Death Prophet fighting for the rune. I think Brewmaster's bottled that regen rune, so Death Prophet needs to look out. I think there's the bottle on the way to Death Prophet. Yes, it is.
First blood.
Oh, well, apologies there. That was a quick death. And Shadow Shaman got the starting gold for it.
Thanks.
I was about to say how fairly safe this beginning of the game was, but first death after around 5 minutes. By the standards of the tournament so far, I think teams are playing it quite safe, playing conservatively, playing carefully. So we haven't seen any huge death pushes at the moment, although we have an attack on the bottom Dire Tower, and in a similar way, an attack on the top tower, in which Centaur goes down.
Dire's bottom tower is in pieces.
But Dire's tower has gone now, and are they going to come back to defend this their top tower? Hasn't taken much damage as of yet. Centaur gets stunned again by the Wraith Fire Blast, and a double edge
Dire's bottom tower
seems to take Wraith King down, but with the double edge you lose a little bit of health. He's
Radiant's middle
short on
tower
health
is
anyway,
taking
and
damage.
so that's Centaur with 2 deaths at the moment.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Anyway, enough of that. Let's see what's happening mid. Let's have another quick look at Centaur. 2 deaths, 1 assist. Not necessarily a bad thing. Centaur can quickly regain any lost form from the early stages as he levels up. But we do have a bit of a wraparound at the top tower with a primal split, and a shackled Witch Doctor goes down very quickly, and as did Earthshaker.
Dire's top tower is under siege. Dire's structures are falling.
So Magic is Might
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
going for the top tower.
Dire's top tower is being attacked. Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
And already with a slight 2-kill advantage.
Under siege.
If this tower goes, this is going to put them quite far ahead
Tower is taking damage. Dire's top tower
in golden
is being
XP, but
attacked.
Dire coming back, and there's a Wraith Fire Blast going on Centaur Wall Runner.
Top tower is destroyed.
A couple more hits.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
No more mana for another Wraith Fire Blast, but Skyrath Mage getting on the defence. Centaur still being picked out, and there's what a nice fissure there by Earthshaker.
Radiant's middle
Doesn't
tower
quite
is
stop
being attacked.
Centaur War Runner from blinking out. Witch Doctor's going down.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
Skyrath Mage
Dire's top
very
tower
low,
is under siege.
retreating back to his tower. And I was looking elsewhere, I didn't see that Earthshaker death.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Well, all of a sudden this game has really picked up. It's starting to go a little bit too fast for someone like me, but we can see that the Radiant team, Magickas, might want to go for this T1 mid. XP nearly 2,000 ahead on the gold side because of these towers and 4 kill advantage. They're around 5,000 ahead. Nothing that can't be recovered from Nigma. But I think the early game momentum is certainly going towards Magickas might have. Nice Fisher. No advantage taken of it. I mean, we've still got 3 Radiant heroes. And, well, it looks like we've got 4 heroes from each side gathering around the mid lane. Will there be a team fight? Panda runs in, splits and stuns, and that Mystic Flare really burst Death Prophet down. Now we have the 3 bears attacking the
Middle tower is being attacked.
T1 mid, and then Centaur pops his what's it called, his Stampede, and makes for quite an easy retreat from the Radiant team. They're still hanging back. They might wait for an extension from the Nigma team. Let's see if they can get some sort of advantage under their own tower. Well, here Nigma come. Skyrath waiting around the ancients. Something's got to happen soon. Or perhaps not. So we've got blinks on Doom and on Brewmaster on the Radiant side, and
Illusion.
a Midas on Doom as well. So we can expect potentially an Expan gold advantage to be sustained by that Midas. Now, then Panda blinks in, stuns, Mystic Flare goes down, and this time it's on Wraith King, who's going very, very low, but also at the same time we have Mirana being doomed and she's gone down. And the Wraith King also takes a hit, but he gets his second chance, he gets his second life, but he's been stunned again by the Panda, and he's been double-edged as well now, and Doom's whacking away at him. And another blink, one more hit from Doom can do it. And the rest of the team are in full retreat, so there's 3 kills to 2. I didn't see the Shadow Shaman or the Centaur War Runner deaths in the midst of all that hot action, but the scores tell me that it happened. Meanwhile, Freddy runs back perhaps to the tower to heal up a bit.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
So Skyrath going back to farming. He's got his arcane boots. His mana problems solved. Shadow Shaman also with some arcane boots, so that's two rather mana hungry heroes. If they stick together, they can retain their mana for these rather devastating magical spells that they've got. We have a rush in now from thanks to Centaur, then a blink from the Panda, and another Mystic Flare just bursts Wraith King down, and meanwhile Earthshaker's running away.
Keep murdering. Dire's middle tower is
No
being
chance,
attacked.
and it looks like this middle tower is not going to be long for this world. Having said that though, the Dire team are a little bit lacking in health. Shadow Shaman Serpent Ward should finish his tower off. Or meanwhile in the back, Mirana doomed again, but Death Prophets set her ult up, her exorcism, and Witch Doctor has finished off. Who did he finish off? Well, he certainly contributed if he didn't actually get any kills himself. 1 turn, 6 assists for the Witch Doctor. So exorcism over. It's a shame that wasn't used on a tower as an offensive kind of pushing tool, but using it on some enemy heroes potentially far better, and I'm not sure what that's going to be doing. It's creating a slight dip here in the gold,
Top tower is being attacked.
and quite a massive dip here in the XP graph. That was just what the Nigma ordered, I think, for their team to get back in the game. But still, we've got 7 kills for Bike against 13, and now 3 towers for the Radiant team. So there is some advantage here. Have a bit of a Mirana Doom one-on-one going on in the top lane, whereas in the middle lane I think I'm missing out some more things. And the Earthshaker's just gone down, the Mystic Flare's happening again. Witch Doctor was melted in that, and no wonder Skyrath Mage gets picked so often with a sort of damage like that he can throw out, especially when an Ancient Seal's been thrown out before, which just increases the damage that an enemy hero can take. And also with his slows as well, very useful hero. Offset somewhat by his low health and armour, but if the team can compensate for that, then Skyrath can be an absolutely wondrous hero to behold. So we can see from the Radiant team, Brew and Doom level 11, as is Death Prophet on the Dire team. The difference in heroes isn't huge at the moment. It's like Radiant are populating their own jungle at the moment. Whereas the Dire team look to be going to Ross. There's no wards here. I'm not sure what the vision's going to be for these teams, whether anyone knows about who else is going to maybe do a Roche attempt. I'm not sure if that's feasible. Perhaps they're just going to all go mid, whereas there's a smoke here by the Radiant.
Radiant's middle tower
Could there
is
be
being
some sort of
attacked.
wrap
Radiant
round
fortified their towers.
incoming? We have another charge, another stomp. Now Death Prophet's doomed. Mirana's taking a lot of damage, banged by the Panda. And we have these mass Serpent Wards coming out to deal insane damage. Earthshaker goes down. Wraith King, he's on the run. Could this be a team wipe?
Dire's
Well,
top tower
yes,
is
actually,
being attacked.
it could. 20 to 9. All of the Dire Team heroes are
Dire's
currently
bottom tower under fire.
out of action, and the advantage is certainly with Magic is Might in this part of the game.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
And with this wave of creeps, presumably they're going to move up to the mid tower, T2, and
Dire's
see what
middle
they can do
tower
to
taking
knock this one
damage.
down. Witch Doctor's coming in, but maybe he's going to regret it. He's just won Witch Doctor against a Doom and a Panda, with some additional magic damage coming out from Skywrath. Oh, and Mirana gets her out, then leaps in, and Shadow. That was the end of Shadow Shaman. With the exorcism popped from Death Prophet, the Radiant team can't really get too close in to fight this, and a Moonlight Shadow activated by Mirana, and a fantastic Fisher there from Earthshaker, and I think a Crit Swarm there. I know it was a Wraith King. Was it a Wraith Fire Blast perhaps? But no, it might not be. Anyway, it was something there that finished off that Panda quite convincingly. A ward dropped down, but I think they're going to back off now. This is Team Bike. This isn't Nigma. This is Team Bike. I've been saying it all wrong, haven't I, so far this game? Desperately sorry for that.
Invisibility.
No, it is. It's what have I do? It's Nigma stole my bike, isn't it? It is. It's Team Nigma stole my bike. In the top lane, I think I just had a bit of a brain fart there, or certainly a larger one than I usually have with my casting. But that was some slight return there from Nigma, and looking at the XP, this chart is slightly coming back down, 5,000 difference to Radiant advantage in XP drain, but we have a net thrown over Earthshaker, and I think
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
the Doom Assault got that Earthshaker dead, and there's a mass load of TPs coming up the top. They want to fight this. There's a Panda split, and it looks like Witch Doctor's down. And there's a charge. Another net comes down, and of course that's Doom's one of Doom's skills that he's picked off a creep that he's devoured. And so yeah, that's yet another stun in the arsenal of MIM to trap enemy heroes in place. And as they move around to the top, there is some slight response here from Earthshaker TPing to defend this T2 top. But MIM are here in force. Another Fisher from Earthshaker starts things off in the fight, but we have the Serpent Wards placed out all around the tower. And another exorcism comes out from Death Prophet before she can get doomed.
Your shades guided you to my kingdom.
And even though Shadow Shaman's been killed, it looks like he may well.
Dire's top
No,
tower has
that
been
was a
denied.
great denial there by Death Prophet. Well timed. So Death Prophet just denies the tower, denying a little bit of gold for the Radiant team, but it still doesn't stop the fact that the tower's gone down now. The T2's tower's gone down, and that's is that 4 towers down now? 4 of the outer towers down from the Radiant team, and they still have all of their towers. Oh no, sorry, the mid tower's gone down. They've got 1 of the towers down. But as the game progresses, towers get easier and easier to knock down. So The Radiant Gold advantage is now nearly 15,000, possibly thanks to the, at least in part, to the Midas there on Doom. Panda's skilling up for his, that's probably going to be an Aghanim Scepter, most likely. And Skarath protecting the haste rune for Brew to bottle. So there's a Shiva's Guard. Was that a Shiva's Guard? Shiva's Guard there on Doom, of course it was. There's no other item that has that sort of effect on it. In the meantime, Dire pushing mid. Nigma look like they're coming together maybe for a bit of an assault on mid, whilst Magicka's Might are choosing to group up for an assault on maybe the T2 in the top lane. You can see that tower's been pinged out, but Nigma coming round to defend this. And we start off with a Centaur Stomp and a double edge, which takes most of the life off. Wraith King goes down, Earthshaker goes down, and we have a Moonlight Shadow on the whole of the Dire team. Wraith King's running away, but Panda doesn't let him go. We have 3 down from the Radiant. We have 2 down on the Dire side. Panda's running away to evade the Death Prophet ultimate. That was somewhat of a fair defence. Brew's coming back for his little final charge, then blinks out. Leaving Nigma to clear up and try and push this creep wave out again. (26-16) the score. And the item progressions as far as the both teams are concerned. I think Death Prophet's trying to go for the
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
oh gosh, the names escape me now.
Radiant's
Bloodstone.
bottom tower is being attacked.
That's right. The beautiful, beautiful Bloodstone on Death Prophet. Not quite there yet. And these double edges being used to clear whole waves of creeps by Centaur Warrunner. Not sure if the teams are backing off a little bit to play a bit of a farming game at the moment. Mirana got the drums. Mithril Hammer, could that be a BKB? Does she need some protection from the magic damage coming out from the Radiant team? I mean, I'd say certainly does. There's a lot of magic carriers on Radiant side, and BKB might well be a good choice for Mirana. Although it's a defensive choice. Alternatively, people oftentimes pick up the Desolators with Mirana, but with that Gloves of Haste, we could be talking about building into a Molyneux maybe, or what do I know? Well, I know that Radiant are having another little look at the T2 and the Serpent Walls get placed down. The whole Radiant team's there. Looks like there's going to be a fight in the back though with another Mystic Flare which is bursting down. Brewmaster, Witch Doctor's down. Death Prophet's doomed. And finally down whilst Wraith King's gone down to the tremendous burst damage that the Radiant team now have, and they're going straight in after that T2 going down fairly quickly. They're going straight in this T3. Look at that, going down real quick.
Dire's middle tower
What can Mirana do? Well, maybe there's a
middle barracks are under attack.
maybe a sacred arrow could be flung in the general direction. Death Prophet's coming with her exorcism, trying to make them clear out of the base, but not before the ranged barracks have gone down. And now the Radiant team backing off. Damage has been done, and the Dire base has been breached a little bit. Just having a look at the XP graph. Now we're getting a swing back up towards Magic is Might here. They're plus 10,000 XP and 20,000 plus gold to their advantage after having a little bit more success there than Nigma in those last few encounters. Since our Warrun has picked up his Hood of Defiance, maybe that might eventually turn into a pipe. But certainly the Hood's great because it mitigates some of his own damage when he double edges. So he hurts himself a lot less from that double edge attack. And the pipe is now being being claimed by Centaur, and they're on a charge, but Mirana is TPing out just in time. We have the Radiant team focusing on the bottom lane here. They might well want to go for the T3, perhaps not. They're swinging round, having a look perhaps to see if Roshan is available. But there's no warding here by Nigma, so they might be clear to do this. How quickly can they bring Roche down? You'd think they do have a fairly good lineup for Roshan. All their damage, but Nigma sense it and going under the guise of the moonlight. They're coming down to attack, but there was a dust popped and they've all been found out, and 3 of the team quickly go down. 4 now. Just Mirana left. Even Radiant free to continue with their Roshan. And who will take the Aegis?
Both about to find out what happens after you die.
The Aegis goes to Brewmaster. A Shadow Shaman has picked up an Aghanim Scepter, so his wards are going to be really, really heavy damage now when he decides to place them. Perhaps one of the Shiva's Guard comes out. Oh, these heroes now are just going down like anyone's business. The amount of damage coming out from Radiant, huge amount, but Panda gets stunned, Panda gets silenced. Maybe he's gone down a little bit deep, but this time Centaur comes in. Centaur himself gets stunned and he's getting attacked from the tower. That was perhaps a dive too deep. Dire seeing off that Radiant attack, but in the meantime Shadow Shaman's decided to drop his wards on the bottom tower here. Mirana goes down. Witch Doctor and Death Prophet was shackled up, and I think is this amount of burst going to come down and get in? No, she just about survives that one. The Chewbacca here is chickenified. Wraith King looks like he might well fall, and he does, but not before Death Prophets
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks
took out her ultimate, and Mirana is on the chase too. The exorcism doesn't seem to be doing as much as it could be, but Skywrath does go down in that exchange. Mirana and Witch Doctor are the two remaining players still alive on the Dire side, and can they really do anything to stop this? Because Witch Doctor is getting pretty stunned at the moment, and Mirana, I think Arrow Doom there to save Witch Doctor. And a cask and an ult, but that gets stopped by a Doom channeling of the Witch Doctor ult. And now they're running in under pipe. But there's an amazing amount of burst now coming down from the Skywrath Mage, who is 11 and 3. And I think they're just toying with the Dire team now. And Wraith King's
dominating.
gone back to base, missed another kill.
Taking damage.
Centaur's very, very low down.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Blinks back to base to regen. And I just noticed the refresher on
Dire's
Shadow Shaman. So we have a multiple stack of wards, and Radiant took that game pretty decisively. So fantastic game, and Doom doing extremely well in that match with his Dooms very much on point. 10 and 2, and Skywrath Mage 11 and 3, with some fantastic Mystic Flares, some great burst damage. Well, that was a really nice game. Really enjoyed watching it, and I need to tell you that the Giant Bomb Community Dota is not going to stop here. They're going to carry on all evening. I think there's 2 or 3 more matches planned for today. And so if you keep tuned into the Giant Bomb thread and the challenge page, you should see all the upcoming matches, and you hopefully will be looking forward to seeing the rest of the 100 odd games left to play in this stage of the round robin stage of the tournament. So I hope you come back and see some more games from the Giant Bomb Community Dota tournament. Thank you very much. I've been Diz. Goodbye.